Show me your hands! Seattle Police Department!
X62, shots fired, officer Mattel.
Why are you trying to take that plate down?
Sorry.
Why are you taking her plate down?
Your business, sir.
It is my business.
You're not free to leave, sir. I'm being detained for what reasonable suspicion of a crime. How do y'all guys do this?
Oh, the couple got in the car. Oh, I'm videoing this.
Hello guys, I envy you because today you're in for a very interesting video of arrests, home invasions and more. But before we start, I really ask you to support me by clicking the thanks button. Even $1 is very important to me. Thank you, and let's get started.
281 Avenue, unit 404.
Thank you. What apartment? 404. Three of us are headed up to 404 now. Can you be less legal? I'll be legal. Seattle Police Department! We're coming in! Open the door! We're kicking the door! Yeah. Seattle Police!
What?
We're moving on. Show me your hands!
Hello?
Seattle Police Department! Inside! Who else is inside?
Nobody! I live alone! What are you showing?
Come on here, man. James, what was the apartment number? Come on here.
What are you doing? Why? What's up?
There's no open air. What apartment is it?
You ask me all the time how this or that story ended. Ren claims in her suit that she had just disrobed to take a bath when officers burst in, and she scrambled to cover herself with a large coat as they shouted orders and pointed guns at her. The lawsuit further alleges that the officers had no warrant and no reasonable basis for breaking into Ren's apartment.
This is the apartment number they gave us. They bang out 404, not that one. I want to make sure nobody's down. That's why I want to make sure you're okay, okay? Man, we got to pull that someone jumped out the window, okay?
The wrong address. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Alright, man, we're gonna have a supervisor come out here. So this is exactly what's happening. Someone's being thrown out of a window right now. It's in this building or the other building. It's room 404. We contacted you. We knocked down the Seattle police officers. It sounded like you were the victim of the crime, and you sound like you weren't able to go to the door, and that's why we kicked it in.
I didn't know it was at my door.
I know, I'm sorry about that.
I didn't hear you say Seattle Police. I didn't hear that at all. I heard open the door, and I was like, who is this? And I did not hear Seattle Police
I'm
at
sorry.
all.
We got
I
called
would have answered the door, okay?
I understand.
I did not hear Seattle Police at all.
I'm sorry about that. We thought that you were the victim and you were being held captive inside of this room. Right now there's someone else about to throw out of a window, so they're gonna go do that. We're gonna have a supervisor come over. We'll talk to you through that. I understand it's very, very jarring. I'm so sorry that this happened.
Jesus Christ.
And we move on to Los Angeles, where the cops can tell the difference between a cell phone and a gun, causing a harmless man to end up on the ground surrounded by armed cops. Let's take a look at what that was like.
Newton patrol officers received an assault with a deadly weapon suspect radio call in the area of Avalon Boulevard. It appeared to the caller that the suspect may have been armed. The suspect was identified as Jose Barrera. Jose Barrera is a 45-year-old resident of Los Angeles. Barrera walked to a nearby restaurant where it was reported that he was pointing a handgun at customers inside the location.
Said something about a black hat.
Yeah, no, he does have the black hat.
It looks like he does have a handgun, and he's firing at a house right now.
As officers arrived overhead, they observed Barrera walking toward the Adair Street, armed with what they believed was a handgun, and directed responding patrol officers to his location. The officers exited their vehicle, and an officer-involved shooting occurred.
X62, shots fired, officer Mattel.
Barrera was struck by gunfire and fell to the ground, where he was taken into custody.
This guy may have embarrassed the restaurant customers, he may have even been wrong about something, but he certainly didn't deserve to be shot at. And let's be honest, he could have lost his life that day.
Arrest him, arrest him. Ready? Push, 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 push. Put your hand behind your back. Hand behind your back.
What I do, sir. What I do, sir.
You may ask me, how did this story end? Los Angeles paramedics transported Barrera to a local hospital where he was treated for a gunshot wound sustained during the incident. Barrera's large black cell phone was recovered on the sidewalk where he was taken into custody and booked as evidence. The case was presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for filing consideration on one count of assault with a deadly weapon. However, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office declined to file charges against Barrera.
And the next incident looks harmless and many of you will probably side with the cops. But after watching it, I have a few questions I'd like to discuss with you. Let's watch.
Why are you trying to take that plate down?
I'm sorry.
Why are you taking her plate down?
Your business, sir.
It is my business.
Okay.
What is your name and badge number?
My name's John.
John, and what's your badge number?
Shotson, S-C-H.
Shotson?
Number 16789.
So what is the reason for taking my license plate down?
Yeah, I have it on.
So what's the reason?
We're allowed to take license plates down, sir.
Illegally?
We're doing an investigation. That's legal, yep.
Investigation on what though? Why was that vehicle involved?
Is that information pertinent to you?
Yeah, it's because it's my vehicle.
Oh, can I get your name and
no, you can't.
Can I confirm that?
No, you can't.
Then I guess it's not your vehicle.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put a complaint on you then.
Fine, sir. Quick complaints, website.
Well, I know your website. You're being a bitch, dude. Why are you taking my license plate down?
Just file your complaint, sir. I'm not going to call you names. I'm being respectful towards you.
Because you can't.
Disrespectful.
Because you can't. You're being an asshole for no reason.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's called a walk of shame.
Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
LVMPD.com. You can file your complaint.
You know where the bunny ranches are? That's where you should be at.
Have a good one.
Yeah, okay.
You might tell me that this is a public place and anyone has the right to record license plates. If it was a regular person, I wouldn't have a question. But this is a cop, he's on duty, he's not just walking around with a camera. Therefore, don't you think that since he's serving the citizens, he could explain his actions to them?
So did the management tell you to take my plate down too then?
Management doesn't tell us.
So why would you out of nowhere go to my plate?
I could confirm
I had
that's
nothing
your
to do
plate
with
if you
this.
want. I don't know if that's your plate. You're just saying, you could say that that's your car plate, sir.
But you're just writing down random license plates or what? What was that?
If you want to speak to me,
You just took my license plate down for no reason. I had nothing to do with that incident at all.
I can get your name and I can confirm that's your license plate if you want. I don't know. You
Well,
can go to me and say any car's
Can
your
you
license plate.
can you answer why you just?
I gave you my name and badge number. I told you where to go and file your complaints. Go do it.
Dude, you're gonna lose your qualified immunity. You know that, right? I made cops quit plenty of times. I had nothing to do with that incident. So yeah, I'm gonna record you for here on out.
It's fine. It's public. Anybody that can see your license plate can write it down.
I know it's in public, but
Right, and I can,
what was the
I can
reason
do
why
it
you
too.
did it?
I don't need to give
Just
you a
didn't have a reason, just
I don't
wanted
need to give you a
to.
reason for it. Write every license plate down in this parking lot. Am I right or wrong? Can you do the same thing?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, dude. I have no issue with you. I just wanted to know why.
I don't need to tell you why.
My viewers sent in an incident that didn't happen in America. And I try not to show videos from other countries, but the cops' behavior was so unacceptable that I decided to give it at least a minute today. Let's watch.
This is a video of a savage arrest that shows a police officer punching the driver several times before using a stun gun. As you can hear, horrified witnesses look on in bewilderment.
Oh, the cop has gotten in the car. Oh, I'm videoing this.
The officer threw hit after hit.
He needs to stop. What is he doing? Oi! You can't do that!
They managed to stop the onslaught only after a firefighter approached them. After a few seconds of conversation, the car door opens. A staggering driver gets out of the car but is stopped by an officer who fires his taser.
That is wrong. Yeah, that is really bad.
Two officers say emergency personnel were responding to a 3-vehicle accident when they were jumped by an aggressive driver of one of the vehicles. But it remains incomprehensible to me how this man could jump on someone if he didn't even get out of the car. Witnesses say the cops' actions were excessive.
And the last video for today is about a man who I think knows his rights well, and most importantly, when making a video he picks up words that will put him in a winning light in the event of a trial. Let's watch.
Registration's expired?
No, sir.
Weren't aware of it?
Am I obligated to have a registration, sir?
Well, you're obligated to have a valid registration while you're operating a motor vehicle.
Right now, I'm actually traveling in my privately owned structure. You see that? Private property.
Okay.
I'm not actually commercially obligated to have a license.
Okay, do you have your license and insurance, sir?
I'm not eligible to have one of those. I'm not required to by law.
Do you have your ID card or something that identifies yourself?
Are you saying that I'm obligated to have an identification?
You're obligated to identify yourself.
I am obligated?
Absolutely.
Okay, my name is Achilles.
What's your last name, sir?
I don't have one of those.
You don't have a last name.
But am I obligated to have a last name, sir?
Are you really going to do all this in front of your children?
Am I exercising rights? Is that a law?
Exercising the right for you to go to jail. That's what right you're exercising.
For what
What's
reason?
What's happening is you're going to have to identify yourself.
Okay, what reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime?
Just hang
Texas versus Brown versus Texas requires you to have a reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime in order to get identification. Can you please get your supervisor out here, sir?
Do you have insurance?
Am I obligated to have insurance,
Yes, you
sir?
are.
By what law?
Obligated? Why aren't you?
Because I'm not driving commercially.
Just hang tight, okay?
Okay, I got Supreme Court roots.
Okay?
Am I being detained right now?
You are not free to go.
For what reasonable
Because you're
suspicion
operating
of?
a motor vehicle expired.
I'm not operating a motor vehicle.
Okay. Well, you're not free to go. Hang tight.
I wanna figure out together who is right, but first of all, the driver did not refuse to introduce himself. And secondly, if I understand correctly, he was standing at the gas station, his car was not moving, and as long as it does not move, he's not obliged to show his driver's license. Is that correct?
All these officers, we've done nothing, committed no crime. Now they called out a bunch of officers. I believe he's talking to his supervisor. They're threatening to take me to jail. Are you supervisor?
Yes, sir.
What is it that you guys are detaining me for? What reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime are you guys detaining me and my family for right now?
Well, I don't know. You said you wanted to speak to me. So
Yes, because I'm being detained. If I'm being detained, then Brown versus Texas says that you have to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime in order to identify and detain someone. He has not told me what he's detaining us about. Right now, we're being held at ransom and gunpoint. I'm under duress. You guys, well, you guys have guns. I mean, is it? Well, we have guns. Look at how many people you bought here for this.
What I understand is you're being stopped for a traffic violation on a public roadway.
Which is given from the people to the state. So the people actually own the road. So exactly, I'm one of the people. I'm traveling. I'm well within my rights. This is private property. I'm not commercially. Right now, I'm not doing anything commercial.
The state says if you're going to drive on that roadway, you have to have a driver's license.
So that obligates me because the state says that I'm obligated to have that then?
Yes, sir. The driver, the operator of this vehicle.
The traveler and the guest.
Driver or the operator of this
Okay,
vehicle.
but it doesn't obligate a traveler then.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
But regardless of the man's rightness, I like the fact that he's been polite and willing to comply with any commands from these cops, as long as they confirm on video that it was coercion and not his own decision. It seems to me in the event of a trial, it would be easy to prove that the cops were allowing themselves more than they were allowed.
You're not free to leave, sir.
I'm being detained for what reasonable suspicion of a crime? How do y'all guys do this to people's family and stuff, man? I'm not even doing anything wrong.
Sir, I want to give you one opportunity to identify yourself to us.
I did. I gave him my name.
Your name and your date of birth, your address. I need all the information for the traffic stop so we can issue your citations. That registration does not come back to this car.
Okay.
So this car is going to come. It's going to become my property here in a second.
But it's private property. It's not registered to anyone. That would be theft, though.
If you want to step out and talk to me, you're more than welcome to. If not, we're going to do things complicated way. Up to you.
Well, then, I mean, then we'll be filing under Title 18, Section 241, 242.
After I'm done with my job in this traffic stop.
Well, how does your job obligate me in some way?
That registration does not come back to this.
Okay, so does that mean that this car is something wrong? Does that mean there's a crime being committed right now? When you use your lights, it's supposed to be an emergency. It's against the law if they have to use the bathroom and they have nothing to do with this at all. It's just me.
Go use the bathroom.
Are you detaining my family? They're not even involved. Well, thank you,
you in the
baby.
car.
Go ahead. Can you please step back so she's able to get out? What do you guys operate under? What authority are you? Won't answer any questions because you know I'm right. You guys are unlawfully detaining me. I've done nothing wrong.
Friends, before we watch this story to the end, I ask you to write any comment and click like, and anyone who wants to support me, I ask you to send how much you can spare by pressing the thanks button. This channel exists only because of you.
When you guys use your flashlight, you're declaring an emergency. That's against the law. You're not supposed to be doing that. There's no emergency. There's no crime here. No proof that that law applies to me. Are you violating Section 241, 242?
The attorney's office has accepted charges against you for interfering with our public duty.
For me? For what?
They are welcome to leave anytime they wish. Step right over to them. Comply with what they ask you to do.
If I'm being forced to, under duress. But I'm being forced. I don't have any guns. I don't have anything illegal. I don't have anything. I've done nothing wrong. I promise you. There's no reason for this. I've done nothing. I've done nothing. You guys are acting right now outside the color. Okay.
Here, set it right here,
bro.
You can set it right here.
Huh?
I'll even let you keep recording it. Set it right here so you can keep recording. I have no problem with you doing that. Not a one. Is that good? Right there?
You want to look them up?